fellow YouTubers, I'm Cassandra Joy and welcome to Vlogmas Day 9. Today's vlog is starting a little bit later in the day. I'm actually batch vlogging today just to get myself a little bit ahead of the game. I have put on my coziest sweater. This literally feels like wearing a blanket with sleeves. We're gonna have a cozy Christmas girls' night in. I've been wanting to do this for a while and I just thought, it's a beautiful evening. The sun's shining in. There's nothing to do the rest of the day. As a firstborn extrovert type A perfectionist, rest usually comes with guilt. I don't like that. It's a habit and a thought pattern I'm trying to break, but rest is really hard for me. For whatever reason, it's just something I can't do without feeling like I should be doing something else. For instance, coloring in a coloring book. It sounds so silly to feel guilty about doing that, but in my head, I'm not learning anything from it. I'm not being productive in any way. It's not like I'm making this picture for someone else. Or video games. Maybe you didn't know this, but I actually enjoy a video game or two. And again, it's not productive in any way other than for my own pleasure, which is why I force myself to have nights like this where I don't have anything planned. I can just sit down, relax, and do some unproductive things guilt-free. And as it's Vlogmas, we'll of course be doing a Christmas themed night in. Hopefully that sounds fun to you. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me. Let's get started with baking. So this is the cabinet I keep my baking things in. I only have a few to choose from. One is lemon poppy seed muffins and the other is pumpkin bread. I bought both of these in the fall time and I don't want them to go to waste, so I feel like we can use this. I know you're not here to actually vote, but if you could have voted, leave in the comments which one you would have picked, lemon poppy seed or pumpkin. I think I'm gonna go with pumpkin because, let's be honest, this can be a winter themed thing too. It doesn't have to just belong to fall. So this is interesting. Apparently, you can use this for a lot of different things. You can make bread, you can make pancakes, you can make cookies. You just have to change things up a bit. I really like the Miss Jones brand because the ingredients are really simple. For instance, this only has organic cane sugar, organic whole wheat flour, organic pumpkin, organic spices like cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg, and cloves, baking soda, and salt. That's it. That sounds wonderful. Part of me would love to make some cookies. That feels pretty easy. I feel like we can manage that. Just gonna have to tidy my kitchen first. The baking isn't going great. I followed the instructions. Where are they? It says to add butter and an egg and the mix until the dough takes form. Dough is not taking form. It is just a powdery mess. And that makes me wonder if I somehow missed some instructions. I'm gonna phone a friend.
Hello?
I have a conundrum. I'm trying to bake something and it should be easy because it's a mix. It's not.
It sounds to me like you're supposed to go with the bread recipe and then add. Otherwise, it wouldn't make sense to say add. That's what it sounds like to me.
All I can do is try. If it goes belly up, well, we tried.
Yep, I guess so.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so it's what I thought. You were supposed to add to the bread mixture, but we're not making bread, we're making cookies. That was very unclear. I have made Miss Jones lemon poppy seed mix for years and never had a problem. For whatever reason, this pumpkin mix is giving me trouble. but we'll reserve our passive judgment until we bake them. Everyone say a prayer that it goes well.
You just gotta see, they've all merged into one giant cookie. I don't think that was supposed to happen. Oh no! This was supposed to be a cozy little baking time. It could not have gone more wrong. The only way it could have gone more wrong is if it just straight up burnt to a crisp. I think something went wrong. I don't know what, but I'm just gonna have one giant cookie. Oh no. Look. It's filled up the entire baking tray. Oh no. And I have so much batter left. I'm gonna have to make 3 of these. Oh, that was funny. I needed that. I haven't laughed that hard in a bit. You know, if you can't laugh at yourself, you're just gonna cry. So you might as well laugh. Okay, I've got coffee heating up, but I do have the first batch of pumpkin cookies that look like this. I tried to get them off of the pan and they just sort of crumbled, but here's one that's sort of intact. We're gonna taste test that. Tastes good, really soft. If you baked along with me, I hope your finished product was a better success than mine. Here's a part that should be solid. And as I'm grabbing it, it's just crumbling. Oh, coffee's done. Okay, so I'm looking on Prime to see if there are any Christmas movies that we can watch. I was thinking I would just pull up YouTube and watch Vlogmas. I figured I'd change it up. Let's do something different. And wouldn't you know, the first movie it gives me where it says, movies we think you'd like, The Holiday shows up. Which, if you don't know, probably in my top 3 favorite Christmas movies of all time. I watch it every single year. If you don't know what The Holiday is about, the premise is 2 unhappy women on 2 opposite sides of the world decide to switch places for Christmas. It's adorable, and I feel really in the mood to watch it, so let's watch it together.
I have found almost everything ever written about love to be true. And then there's another kind of love, the cruelest kind. The one that almost kills its victims. It's called unrequited love. What about our stories? Those of us who fall in love alone. We are the cursed of the loved ones. We are the unloved ones. The walking wounded. The handicapped without the advantage of a great parking space.
There is so much about this movie that takes me back to 19-year-old college attending me when I was in like with a guy who was super manipulative and definitely led me on. Actually, I shared all about that guy in a Chats with Cass episode. I still remember this. I watched this movie at a friend's house, and there are multiple monologues in the movie that Iris gives because she's the one who's in the unrequited love relationship, and he can't be bothered to prioritize her, but he strings her along just enough to keep her in his life without having to actually commit to anything. Very much what I was going through. And so anytime I hear those monologues or I see, her acting, there's a part where he looks at her
they're having a private moment and he's like, why are you so great? And she just goes, like it's that breath catch of someone literally taking your breath away. And it's so sad because you know it's doomed. He has no intention of loving her back. And it's just so sad because every girl can relate to that feeling. And unfortunately, a lot of us can also relate to the feeling of unrequited love. That feeling of loving someone who will not love you back. I have a lot of fondness for the character of Iris. I see a lot of my younger self in her, and I think there was something about this movie, about her character growth specifically, that really helped me. Not immediately, not right away, but at one point I memorized one of her monologues. It gave me a little bit of strength, not necessarily by way of advice, but letting me know what I was feeling wasn't just me, that there were other people who felt like I did, heartbroken, not good enough. And this is a little bit of a spoiler if you haven't watched it, so maybe skip forward a little bit if you don't want this ruined. When I watched this the first time, I didn't love that she fell in love with Jack Black's character. I didn't feel like they meshed at all. Jack Black is no Jude Law, let's just be real here. But he was kind, and he was safe, and he was honest, trustworthy, and all of those characteristics, they far outweigh someone who looks like Jude Law. And if you are currently or have ever been in the kind of situation where you have not been loved as you should, I can't fix it, and I can't really offer much advice except that I get it. I've been there, and shame on them for not seeing what a treasure you are. Okay, back to watching.
I wanted to get away from one guy. An ex-boyfriend who just got engaged and forgot to tell me. Sorry.
So he's a schmuck.
As a matter of fact, he is a huge schmuck. How did you know?
He lets you go. This is not a hard one to figure out. Iris, in the movies we have leading ladies, and we have the best friend. You, I can tell, are a leading lady, but for some reason you're behaving like the best friend.
You're so right. You're supposed to be the leading lady of your own life, for God's sake.
Hello, I have finished watching The Holiday. I'm cozied up in bed, about to do a devotional. If anyone's curious, the one I'm doing right now is called What Happens When Women Say Yes to God and Walk in Faith by Lisa TerKeurst. Lisa TerKeurst is one of my favorite female devotional creators. I can always relate to the stuff she writes, sometimes in ways that I'm not really happy with, you know, growth and all that. But I'm doing this one with a friend, so I want to make sure I stick with it. Also, I'm filming with my phone and I have a mic attached. I bought a new contraption that's supposed to help phone audio sound better. Let me know how it sounds. I'm sort of covering it with my hand by accident, just because if I cover this side of the camera, my finger somehow gets in the way of the camera. Technological issues. But let me know how the audio is. Is this good? Because if it is, if this works, I would love to be able to film on my phone a little bit more often. When I'm at home and it's quiet, audio really isn't a problem, but when I'm out and about and it's a lot of background noise or a lot of talking or even wind, it makes my voice really hard to hear. So yeah, I'm curious about that. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I have it in me to answer a question tonight. I'm so tired. I have stayed up late editing every single night just to make sure the vlog goes out, and I'm happy to do it. Every so often, I think I just need to admit defeat on the question front and call it a night. Hope you don't mind. I will be sure to answer a question in the next vlog. But in the meantime, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this cozy Christmas girls' night in. I know we got a little deep there, but what's a girls' hangout if we don't talk about heartbreaks? That's just standard procedure. Anyway, I don't know if any of that helped you. Not sure how much wisdom there was to be gleaned from that, but hopefully at least you just felt a little less alone. And if you're new and this is the first vlog you're watching, hi, hello, glad you could make it. Thank you for watching until the end. My vlogs are usually a lot longer than this and a little more finessed, but it's Vlogmas. We're filming every day as opposed to just once a week. But for anybody who isn't new, did you know that I can see which of you are subscribed and which of you are not? I mean, not specifically, but I can see percentage-wise that the majority of you watching are not subscribed. If it's just something you haven't gotten around to doing, let me put your mind at ease. It is free. Doesn't cost you a penny, but it helps my channel out a lot, telling the algorithm, hey, this person is worth watching. Let me show her videos to more people.
No pressure, of course, but if you're looking for a way to support my channel, that's an easy way to do that. Okay, I've yapped enough. I'm gonna go to bed. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you tomorrow. Love you guys. Mwah. Bye.